Yes, in this time I want to talk a little about identifying the research gap. This is also part of the scientific thinking that already stated by previous presenter, Professor Noel. And this is the also important step in the research process. Yes, before we talk about further about the research gap, we have to know what is the gap. What does actually meaning of the gap? In our daily life, maybe the definition of gap is different. Yes, different between so many things differently, and from the point of view, we can see the keyword. The gap is the rather similarly with the deficiency or lacking or not investigated about something that we want to looking at more for research. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that the previous study or previous project we have learned it is bad or it is incomplete or it is something lack of something, but this is not the negative word about the deficiency, lacking or not investigated. Yeah, it is only to make easier to us to investigate it or to explore what is the difference between previous research and our proposal research. Yes, if we look at this two example, what are we thinking about this gap in this in those two article? Somebody maybe can make statement, maybe. What is the gap? What is different in this paper trying to investigate or trying to explore? So they produce it this kind of paper. Yeah. Okay. Let me to learn further about this paper. Yeah. And then research gap also important as a research process. Even I can say, but this is the most important process or step before we start to make the research, because if we could not find the research gap, it can be said that our research is looks like similar with the previous, or we just do reinvent, or we just do replication about the specific area that we have interest. So before we start to write on the research proposal, this is the important step. We have to find exactly what is the gap between previous research, previous author, and the next our proposal. Or as I can say that the research gap is a state of the art of our research. So we need to investigate it carefully. What is the gap in our research among the many previous paper or in the journal. Yeah. Also, the research we need to define a gap because we have to limit the ability from making decision. It is usually in the qualitative or policy research. And then research gap also important to answer the question that unanswered the question. So for the phenomena, for example, maybe in the recent issue like this, COVID-19, we have so many unanswered question because this is the new pandemic in our people. So we have a lot of questions about COVID-19, how to solve the problem, how the causality, how the causing, and then how it spread and so on. So it is the easy way to lift the research gap in our proposal. So sometimes in the common research that have been investigated by many authors, some of them have the outdating area. Maybe if I can make an example in the analytical chemistry. Yeah, analytical chemistry, the 10 or 20 years ago, the sophisticated method to analyze is chromatography or or rapid chromatography. But in this recent years, maybe this kind of tools of this kind of instrument is relatively outdated, and many people, many authors have to race to find the new instrument effective and accurately. So this is also a kind of research scale. Yes. Okay. Before talking more, we can. This is two precise research gap and research problem. What is different? Is it similar, or is it different? How far is different? If it has a differently, or how far is similarity? Yeah, in summarize, the research gap is maybe discovered after we read a literature review. So it is about just a series of words or a sentence that we can found after we read a literature. For example, like this. Yeah, what is the best medicine for heart attacks? Yeah, this is a research gap. Yeah, this is a research gap. Yeah, but after we found the research gap, we need to detail more or constructed more to the several sentence that represent the research problem. So it can be said that the research problem is derived from a research gap. Usually it is a subset or a series of sentence constructed sentence. Yes, for example, if we are interested in the what is the best medicine or what is the best food to avoid or to tackle the COVID-19, we can make a constructed sentence. For example, what is the certain food affect to the healthy problem caused by COVID-19, or how this kind of healthy drink can minimize the spreading of COVID-19 bacteria. This is example of constructor's sentence that can be we can write on in the research problem. So research problem also can act as a hypothesis in our proposal. Yeah. As I said before, maybe our hypothesis in the COVID-19 maybe can be write down as how the specific food can improve our healthy during COVID-19, or how the healthy drink can kill the specific viruses, can affect the COVID-19 viruses. So this is example of our hypothesis. So commonly or usually we can classify it. There is research gap into different types. Yes, there are maybe we can call it the empirical gap, knowledge gap, evidence gap, theoretical, population, and so on. An empirical gap, maybe we can say about. I'm sorry if I make example in my field. What is about the process, freeze drying process. If we know about the popular freeze drying product in the market, for example, specific fruit, and then we want to know what is the process of freeze drying if I use different type of fruit. Yes, so this is example of empirical gap. So the purpose of empirical gap just to find new data about a specific object of our research. And then the second one is knowledge gap. Knowledge gap is maybe about COVID-19 like this, yes, because in the past we have no experience about this kind of viruses, so there are many gaps that we can investigate it about COVID-19. So this is example of knowledge gap. How about evidence gap? Maybe I think it is in the area of geology or geology or geographical. If we some authors reveal the phenomena of earthquake in some area, some location, and then some other authors also reveal the different phenomena of earthquake. So this is looks like evidence gap. And the theoretical gap, there are so many fields that can be done with the theoretical gap. And the population gap, it is also in the qualitative research. For example, if consumer preference about traditional food, How about consumer preference about traditional food in different population, maybe in the child population or elderly population or women population or teenager and so on. Also, the application or implementation gap, this is maybe relatively more in the science or technical area. So this is the application, a new machine, new method, new instrument, like I said before, in the different kind of object of research. And the reason is to find the effective and easiest way the system can be run. Also, the methodology gap. This is also can be done if we are using different method in this same of area. Maybe in recent area like education like this. How about the lecture or teaching method in the COVID or on the COVID area? We are using the online method or offline method. What is the difference? What is the what is the strength and weakness? Something like that. This is the methodology gap. And then this is maybe some way to find the research gap. Yeah, the most common way maybe in the literature review. It is usually do by the graduate or undergraduate students. This is the easiest way to find the review. We read similar or specific literature that similar with our area, and then we try to summarize what is the topics, what is the limitation, what is the suggestion in this literature, and probably from this our reading we can investigate the gaps left over by the earlier researcher. And then some other, maybe with the discussion with research colleagues, with the advisor, or with the someone have inspiring us. Maybe this is also kind of literature review, but with the directly meeting, not reading, but directly meeting. We can discuss further about our area with the expert. Yeah, discussion. And in the recent time like this, there are many digital platforms that we can get in the social media, and some of the social media or websites probably insert a source of academic journal or magazine or some reading resources that we can pick up and motivate as our scope and limitation for our new research scope. Also, it is almost similar. The other is the commercial or social activity-based organization. Yeah, some of them produce many writing resources that we can read by free, and some of them maybe contain the important resources that we can extract or we can summarize as the research gap, because in the social activity it may contain more real social issues. So this is also maybe could be identified as a research gap. And then this is also the mainstream or the common way to find the research gap, to identify, is a cited research article or research paper. This is, I think, the more we read the good article, the more we can sharp our feelings, or we can strong our passion to find out the research gap. Yeah, I think this is no concept or no theory how to find the research gap. We just need to do practice more, cited or read the research article. Yeah, maybe I can say if we just read 10 article, it is relatively small or low, and 20 or 30, it is maybe common. Yeah, common source that we can find the research gap. But more than 30, maybe it is better, and we may get easily the research gap in our research or work. Yeah. So after, and then this is the other way that we can do. It is the making a small note or private note. Private note. It is contain a proper question that we have collect from different many resources that we have read. We collect it in the proper question, and then after this, read again, and then summarize, extract. Maybe for the first time we have so many questions, but if we continuously ask again, read again and write again, and then after that we are practically have some proper question. Yes, this is also how to some example how to identify gaps, especially in the literature. Yeah. And then after, in our proposal, we need to write down clearly or orderly or logically the research gap into the statement of the problem. So this is the step how to designing the statement of the problem. So usually the statement of problem can be read as a question sentence. Yeah, as I presented previously, what is the medical and what's in the best medical to avoid the COVID-19? Yeah, this is the problem. And do not forget that we are not only want to write down the research problem, but our research problem is really based on the justification after we read or we have done the previous way, some way of literature. So this is the justification for the program. So the statement that we are writing is importantly have to have been based of the past research or practice. Yeah. Or practice. This is the justification for the program. And then this is the starting point after we write down or after we describe the past research or practice, we need to clearly to make solve the problem or shortcoming of past research or practice. Yeah. The possibility to solve the problem. This is maybe can be written down as a hypothesis, yeah, as I said before. Yeah. This is our hypothesis is shortcoming, yeah, shortcoming of past research or practice, and then after that we need to complete our research proposal with the importance or description of the problem that we want to get by our research proposal. And then this is the general template to make short summary or short proposal. Yes, trying to make the statement or to describe something. Start with the general idea, the topic, research problem, research statement, and from the general to the specific. Maybe in the initial or in the short proposal, we just need 2 pages of research proposal. If we can clearly describe well, it is represent our whole propose that we want to learn more, or we want to investigate it more. Okay, thank you. This is for our presentation. Maybe as I said before, there is not a specific concept or theory about identifying a research gap, but we need to try more, practice more with the different source of literature or source of the new area that we have interest in. Okay, thank you very much.